Hi guys, thank you for clicking on this video. For those of you who haven't been here before, hi, I'm Elnaz, entrepreneur and CEO of multi-million-dollar company ROYBI. So in case you are not aware, blockchain has been one of the biggest technological revolutions of the 21st century, which is why it's surprising how many people don't even know what it is. Even though you've probably heard about it 1,000 times, but there is a reason why there is so much hype around blockchain. It's literally going to change the world as we know it. That's why in this video, I'll be explaining exactly what blockchain is, how it's going to change the world, and how you can also take advantage of it. Before we begin, this video is sponsored by Cashless Capo. If you are looking to make extra money, you can learn about investing in cryptocurrencies and blockchain technologies. To become a master, Cashless Capo has released a guidebook, ad and scam free, so you can start your journey. You'll get 50% off when you get the guide through this video. The link is below in the description. In simple terms, blockchain is a digital distributed ledger that logs all of the transaction histories of a specific cryptocurrency. It is made up of countless different blocks that are linked together in the form of a digital chain. Each block is made up of three things: data, hash, and the hash of the previous block. The data in this case is information about a specific transaction. Whenever someone makes a transaction on the blockchain, the block that is created for that transaction will tell you exactly which account made the transaction, what the amount was, and which account the amount was transferred to. To identify each block, a unique code called a hash is delegated to each block as well. Aside from carrying data and hash, each block also carries the hash of the previous block that was created. This block might not have anything to do with the current block. All that matters is that it's in the right order. The blockchain technology has actually been around for decades. It isn't some sort of a new technology, but it wasn't really popular until Satoshi Nakamoto, an anonymous man or group that created Bitcoin, decided to implement blockchain technology for their upcoming cryptocurrency in 2009. But they added a few tweaks to the technology to make sure no one could hamper with the hash of each block. To do this, they created the proof of work protocol. Instead of letting anyone create a new block, they created a system where whenever a transaction is made, it's sent to a network of peer-to-peer computers located across the world to be processed. The computers work together to solve a complicated mathematical equations to validate the transaction. And once it is validated, a block is created and the transaction is completed. Of course, these computers have to physically exist, and people are incentivized to actually own these computers in the form of rewards. Every time a transaction has been processed, the computer will earn back a small amount of that cryptocurrency as a reward. This entire process is known as mining. It ensures that the system is completely decentralized. There is no single person or organization that actually controls the cryptocurrency. No one can just change the blockchain if they wanted to. No one can add to a cryptocurrency supply. It's all simply way too secure. On top of that, it's almost impossible to hack the blockchain because there is no central point where the hackers can target. Transactions that are made on the blockchain cannot be reversed. So, long story short, blockchain as we know it today exists to support cryptocurrencies in a decentralized, secure way. It's propped up by a network of thousands of computers, and in most cases, blockchain is completely transparent. Anyone can publicly view a blockchain and see every single transaction that has ever been made on the technology. technology. Over time, we've seen many new blockchains emerge aside from just Bitcoin's blockchain. Ethereum's blockchain emerged as something truly revolutionary in the crypto world as it allowed people to create smart contracts. You could create programs and apps on the blockchain itself. These apps were referred to as decentralized app or DApps for short. These are applications that can operate on their own without the need of a developer constantly updating or controlling them. For example, the Facebook smartphone app is constantly being monitored, updated, and run by the Meta company, but the apps have no such force behind them. They run on the blockchain, their governance is decentralized, and they are not as profit-oriented as regular apps, which is the most important part. The lack of profit incentive and the fact that the governance of these apps would mainly be done by those who actually use these apps means that the main focus would be on who actually uses these apps. Think of the internet as we know it today. How many times has YouTube, Twitter, or any other app that you use all the time made a change that was solely to earn a little more profit while killing the user experience along the way? Plenty of times, right? Well, with DApps, you never have to worry about something like that happening again. This has led to a movement of sorts calling for a massive change in the way that the World Wide Web works. The current iteration of the web that we all know and love to hate is called Web 2. But with the abilities and lack of limitations of blockchain technology, some people are calling towards a more decentralized web called Web 3. Web 3 would be based on the blockchain. All of the web apps in Web 3 would be completely decentralized. If you look at the web today, you'll notice that it's entirely dominated by either Google, Microsoft, or Amazon. In fact, Amazon Web Services alone hosts a third of all active websites on the internet, and Microsoft and Google are not too far behind either. These companies have a ridiculous amount of control over the web, and if they wanted, they could abuse their powers as well. To make sure that no company has too much power over the web, Web3 emerged as a natural alternative. Currently, there are many Web3 apps that are under development and many Web3 apps that have already been created. There are alternatives for everything you can imagine: YouTube, Google, Gmail, Zoom, Twitter, Facebook, and more along the way. If the internet does eventually switch over to Web3, which would be quite a gradual process, the web would become much more user-friendly. It would be beneficial for everyone except for the big tech companies. This video is sponsored by Cashless Capo. If you are looking to make extra money, you can learn about investing in cryptocurrencies and blockchain technologies. To become a master, Cashless Capo has released a guidebook, ad and scam-free, so you can start your journey. You'll get 50% off when you get the guide through this video. The link is in the description below. But aside from just the transition over to Web3 and payment transfers, there are quite a few other ways blockchain can be used in our daily lives as well. According to a Harvard study, blockchain can be used in supply chain management as an alternative to the current inefficient system we have. There would be no paper-based trails, and businesses would be able to identify inefficiencies within their supply chains faster, locate items in real time, and customers would be able to track their items faster as well. One of the biggest revolutions in blockchain over the past few years has been the introduction of digital assets known as NFTs. NFT stands for non-fungible token. Think of it as a single token on a blockchain. Each NFT carries a unique piece of data with it, and this can be anything digital, whether it's a music file, a picture, a web page, or something else. Because of this, people can finally turn digital items into actual assets. Some digital artists have turned their artwork into NFTs, and they've made millions of dollars along the way. The most expensive NFT artwork was sold for over $91 million back in December 2021. It has completely shaken up the traditional art industry as well, and now NFT art tends to command higher prices than traditional art. In the future, we might even be able to use blockchain technology for voting. Blockchain already provides people with the ability to vote digitally, and on top of that, the transparency of the blockchain allows it to be even more secure than traditional voting systems. It would make voting a lot more easier and more accessible for people who live in distant areas. A lot of concerns about voter fraud could also be addressed this way. There are so many other ways blockchain can help us as well. People have pointed out that the current medical record keeping system can be digitalized with blockchain, making it more secure and unhackable. Prescription drugs could be tracked through the blockchain, workers could be better registered on the blockchain, and all of this is on top of 1,000 other things that no one has thought of yet. At the end of the day, the blockchain isn't just something that would solely be used in the crypto world. No, it is something that is going to completely revolutionize the world we live in right now. The world is most towards decentralization, and despite government and corporate resistance, there really is no way to actually stop it. People want to live in a world that isn't under the control of a few elites, and blockchain is the most efficient way to do so. In the future, as blockchain technology becomes more popular, more people learn about it, and the concept is even taught in schools, we will see it take over practically every aspect of our lives. If it does happen, all of our lives would change for the better. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think the blockchain technology is really going to change the world, or is it just a hype that is going to pass? Let me know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.